What is up, everyone? So I fucked up. I messed up. And I thought that I was going to be able to execute on this starting last year, but it didn't go the way I thought it should. So in 2023, I decided to go full-time on my agency and I quit my job. After working 2 years and starting up the business part-time, I decided to start up season 5 at the time. I had 18 guests and I hired a project assistant who was going to help me out with my agency, and I was going to take on the podcast guest and extend the platform. But little did I know that it required a little bit more than that, and there was a lot of mistakes along the way, and I take full responsibility for that. So I wanted to create this episode to create that introduction, but also take some responsibility as well, because I feel like the people that was in the podcast didn't get the experience that I wanted them to get, and I wanted to make sure that I addressed that. And that was something that now I realize what I can and can't do. So with that being said, I wanted to address my points and problems that I felt that I could take responsibility for. I think I hired some wrong people, partnered up with people that couldn't resonate with me. I made some wrong decisions, some bad decisions, and I didn't scale or move the way I wanted to move for my business. And that's on me. I take full responsibility for that. So the purpose of the podcast, or Voiced Now in general, at the time when I started back in 2019, was to voice people who felt like they didn't have the platform to be able to voice themselves out, or I felt that they had the voice that could be a voice or outlet for others out there that felt like they didn't have it. In a sense, they could be a shining light for those others who didn't know how to vocalize it. And it was my job to address it, vocalize it, focus on that, right? So, with that being said, I think one of the things I'm excited to talk about even with this podcast is, first of all, if you're looking at this from this video, you might see there's a new sign. Super excited. Shout out to Victor from Neon Plus Signs for setting this up. And, super cool guy. And I met him at the convention through a sign show after partnering up with this business here, who I'll talk about in a minute. And, we made a trade. So I'm super thrilled and honored to be able to have him. Actually did interview him, so you'll hear about his story in the next episode soon too. And, it's like coming to real life, it feels almost surreal. So the other thing I'm also excited about is with Voice Now, as a platform, I understand that I can't voice everyone out there. However, I do know that I can use my resources and my knowledge to be able to extend that. That's still kind of my mission. I want to be the bridge for other people to get their message across. And that was what Voice Now, at the time was a different name, was supposed to be about. It was to extend the voices of others who either have the experience, the expertise, the passion, the purpose, the values that needs to be shown, and the work ethic, the vision, the values, everything that can possibly help others out there. And with that, I understand I can't do the podcast for every business owner, especially with the same industries, because maybe they don't have the ability to put that together yet. So what I've done with this past few months also along the way is that we've extended the platform, focusing on specific cities or counties or areas and working with local businesses in there. For one example, we worked it was Voice Ventura County. The past 4 months, we gained over a million overviews collectively throughout the post alone, just on Instagram. And, shout out to a couple of the creators that helped make it, such as like Josie, who's working with me here now, Grigsby, a couple of those guys, Realty Orion. So like a couple of those guys, I realized that I could utilize their mission as well and collaborate somehow. And it made me realize, well, I don't just want to repurpose and post a bunch of businesses already post because they don't have time to give me some creative posts. Why don't we spice it up a little bit? Why don't we actually drive towards the mission or how you should be doing on social media, which is to add value, right? So it kind of put me in a different measurement or a different pathway to consider, which was, how can I create this platform where it can promote businesses, but at the same time, in order to make that happen, we create some sort of creativity in there. We instill some sort of creativity in there so that it's not becoming stale. It's not just a random post that we took from somebody's businesses and put it in there. So those are some of the things that we want to implement. We want to work with other creators along with businesses and put it together. So you'll see some of those posts as well. We have like a couple other platforms we're working on, such as Voice LA or Voice Las Vegas or other cities out there that I think we can expand. And the cool thing is, I'm literally using what I've done for my agency with my clients that I think I can do for platforms in service of others, because I know, and it might sound delusional for business-oriented people out there, the return is tenfold what it can give me, and I'm not concerned about like the transactions or the return on it. I think what keeps me aligned is going for that purpose. So that's one of the projects I'm doing in here. So there's that, right? So that is the purpose of Voice Now and the podcast as well, which is to voice what matters, create those content, bridge those gaps, and create that community. So if you are tuning into this episode for the first time, my name is Charles. I'm the owner of Orca Media Agency, and as well as this platform, Voice Now, which has extensions, as I mentioned, the Voice Los Angeles, Voice Ventura County, the Voice Podcast, which is that whole overarchy. And I started back in 2019, and starting in 2020, I told myself, hey, this is gonna be a 10-year plan. No matter what happened, I didn't know I would end up running or creating an agency to be able to facilitate that same outlet and same type of workload. Because to me, everything felt pretty much the same, and it keeps me fulfilled. Like I literally could not stop. Like I literally just want to keep working, And there's times I get burnt out and tired, but like there's parts of me that have to, that has never questioned what I was doing with this thing. So with that being said, Orca Media is my baby as well. We work with businesses to help them expand their businesses and build it through the use of social media, whether it's content creation, paid ads, strategizing, social media management, all that thing, and maybe more in the future, right? But as far as this end, we work with creators, we work with businesses, we work with other service providers to collaborate all that together so that we can win, actually get the message across as far as marketing. And the other thing I wanted to make announcements with is that, if you may not know, there's a new place. So that's why I considered it season 6 as a new season in my life, where I've officially partnered up with A+ Branding. It's a promotional supply shop that provides everything from screen printing, embroidery, sticker creation, banners, you name it. Basically anything you want to brand, they got you. Right. So they've been able to provide me this space, and it works hand in hand too, because we work in similar businesses as far as advertising, except the outcome or the tangibles or the results are different when it comes down to it. So it's a super cool thing to learn and put together, especially with what we're creating here at both A+ and Orca Media, and as well as Voice Now and Voice Podcast. So it's super exciting to me to come together and develop this projects, and they all integrate somehow. It's not just like, oh fuck, now I had to stop that and I have to go over here. No. There's the reason why I was able to do it and make that transition so smoothly was because it made sense to me. I could speak the language. I could speak the volume. I could speak the lessons, and obviously I had to learn a little bit, but in essence, it was still the same to me. So there's that. So where I'm at right now in my agency is, and my platform is, I want to continue the message, right? I want to continue delivering impact. I told myself that if there was no transaction needed, I literally would do this for a living, if that's even possible, right? Maybe one day, maybe in a virtual reality world or something. But anyways, it's super fun to me. I like seeing the creations. I like seeing things built. I like being a part of things that are bigger than me and help contribute to that, because at the end of it, I can feel fulfilled that I've contributed something bigger than myself. So that's where it's at. With this platform here, I think there's a lot of things that we can create, the possibilities that we can create. And I think there's many voices out there that we haven't really tapped into. So I'm looking forward to that. So if you are tuning into this and you for the first time, what you can expect for this podcast specifically is you will see different voices, different guests, where we dive into their story, not just their story, but their values. Why did they operate such a way, or how do they operate such a way? You might get a little bit of insights here and then, We'll touch into other things as well. There's a couple of projects I'm working on as well, but I'm not going to announce it just yet. However, I want to make this about voice now, and kind of just like how it relates to my business. I wanted to be as transparent as possible because I also want you guys to know, like, I'm human. Like, I fuck up, like, I'm not perfect, even though I want to be. So it's a very cool journey for me to share, and I'm super excited. So with that being said, I want to end it off with, if you are looking to collaborate with me, whether it's my podcast, my platform, Charles Creates, or my agency, you want to work with me, I'm going to drop down, I'm going to mention a couple of things right now, and as well as my partners here at A+. So if you want to reach out to me, you can find me on Instagram at Charles Creates. Pretty much all the other platforms I'm on is pretty much the same thing. You can probably find me, unless, someone has my name better with the better SEO optimization, I guess. Other than that, you can email me at charles@orcamediaca.com, or you could just DM me from then on, and then we can collaborate on stuff. If you want to work with me, you want to check out some of my stuff, my website is at www.orcamediaca.com, and you can book a consultation to see if we're a good fit or not, or if there's a better direction that I can put you at. And at the end of the day, I'm not greedy with the money. I just want to help other win, although if there is a way that we can all win together, even better, right? And then now, with basically my sponsor for A+ branding. If you're looking to brand yourself to the next level, if you want shirts, you want hats, you want, if you're a retailer or e-commerce, you want to start expanding on that version as well. Cool thing is, if you work with A+, obviously I'm here. So I'm literally here maybe 6-7 days a week. I know it's a little bit too much, but it's because I love it here, right? And I'm here to help guide you as well. That's just kind of the benefit working with them compared to a typical screen printing shop, is that we understand brands. We're talking about people who have worked with businesses for 10 plus years, and also people who are experienced in the nature of business. Like, maybe we can give you different advices that can help you pivot towards different things. Or maybe you need specialization, special crafting, special designs, or special materials that will make your product stand out a little bit differently. We got you. We can figure out, we can teach you on that. We got people here who have been in the game for long enough. And if we don't have it, we have people who we can tap into to get you connected to that next level. So if you're taking your business to brand to the next level, whether it's A+ or my agency, let's get ready to rock and roll. 2024 is here for us. And I think, I want everyone who wants to work with us win. But other than that, as far as the podcast, looking forward to working with anybody. Look forward to the guest that we're going to be having in here. So it's going to be better. It's going to be bigger. It's going to be more voice. It's going to be more vocalized. And we're definitely going to make things interesting. We're going to touch on different topics that will either challenge you or stimulate you a little bit differently, or help you along the way. So either of those, my goal at the end of anything I do is hope. And the reason why I'm on social media in the first place is that I hope if I can just help one person out, I think it could make a difference. Because if you can help one person, you can help a relationship. If you can help a relationship, you can help a family. And if you can help a family, I think you can build communities. So there's that. Let's see you.